So in this video, we're going to go through the support ticketing system to explain how to open a support ticket, how to manage your support tickets, and then I'm going to show you some of the things that are going on behind the scenes here at NYSEX when we receive these support tickets and the flow that they go through, as well as listing some of the things that cause us problems when customers do certain things. So the first step that I want to do is I am logged into a version of Lizzy, and I am looking right now at my home screen. So right now I have clicked on the home screen, or I've just logged into the system, and you can see here that I have a support ticket. Now I'm having to make up a title here so that the support reps don't delete this while I'm doing the video, but it's just a support ticket that I had already opened. Now, a couple things that you have the ability to do on your home screen, and keep in mind, if you've got calendar events and stuff, this control actually gets pushed down on the page, so you may have to actually scroll down a little bit to see this. But every time we open up a support ticket, the ticket will stay on this control until we here at NYSEX actually complete the ticket, or you complete the ticket. So as an example, what we're going to do is we're going to come up here to the support link up here at the top of the page in Lizzy. We're going to click it, and then we're going to choose some information over here. Now, by default, in fact, let me do this. I'm going to go over here to invoicing, and let's start creating a new invoice, and we'll say, we'll just put in Smith. And I'm doing this because I want to show you some additional information that will show up on that support ticket control. So we're going to click on the support link again, and you'll notice now that there's a couple additional links here, whether we want to include the invoice number that we're actually on, whether we want to include the contact that we're looking at. So they're just quick links to allow you to very quickly add some of the information that you may want us to know about when we go to look at your problem. Now, up here at the top, and these do change themselves based on what part of the program you're in, but up here at the top, you have the ability to actually provide a section in detail for this ticket. Now, the section is actually very important to us because when the ticket comes in, and you'll see this in just a moment, it'll actually go into the department that you actually want it to go into, so that the people that are best at handling accounting problems, for example, that they're going to see the ticket immediately when it comes in. If you don't set the section, which you don't have to, but if you don't set it, then it stays a generic ticket, and then someone has got to prioritize it or categorize it to get it into the proper department. So you actually delay the people from looking at it because it takes an extra step to get it into the proper place. So in this case, I'm just going to select that this is an accounting. And then the detail is not really that critical, but you're basically just giving us a little bit of information in the accounting section. I'm working in the checking department or deposits or whatever it happens to be. So it just helps the person that's getting this ticket to better understand what it is he's looking at, he or she. So right now we're just going to put in, I'm going to put do not delete again, but this is where you're just going to put information in about what your problem is, and then you're going to put in a callback phone number if you want us to call you back, and really it's a good idea to always put the phone number in there, and then the description of the problem. So I'm just going to say do not delete this, and I will clean it. All right, and so we're going to go ahead and save or submit this ticket. So on this side, this is pretty much all we've got to do. So we're just going to go ahead and submit the ticket. And so we're on an invoice. We got a notice saying that the ticket has been submitted. If we come back over here to the home screen, you can see that it's going to list out the different tickets that we have. Now, right now, it is only looking in the control up here. It's only looking at the tickets in this particular section, which we had selected accounting and checking. If I get rid of these sections, it'll actually go out and show me all of the tickets. So we hit home. With no selection on the section in detail, you can see that it's showing me all of the tickets that I've created, which is the default when you first log in. Now, up here at the top, and some of this depends on your security settings, but up here at the top, I have the ability to narrow this down using that section in detail, so I can actually try to help me find the ticket that I'm looking for. We can also locate tickets that are in our list based on a ticket ID, or we can type in a keyword. So if I typed in, for example, do not, it'll actually get rid of the other ticket because it's only looking at the ones that have do not in it. So you have the ability up here to narrow down your view of the world to try to look at the specific ticket that you're looking for. Now right here, if you uncheck the hide completed, this is going to bring up a list of all of the tickets that you've ever opened in Lizzy. So if you wanted to look at something that was old, you could just uncheck that box and go and find the ticket that you were looking for. And then based on your security, this option may be available to you where you can actually turn this on and look at everybody's tickets that have ever opened a ticket inside of your company. So if you're an administrator or the company owner, you can actually click on this and look at everybody's tickets that have been open and kind of get an overview of what's going on in the different departments. Now, the next thing I want to do before I go any farther on the customer side is I'm going to pull Lizzy in from our NYSEC side. So right now, our tech support reps pretty much live on this unsupported support tickets control. And you can see up here at the top, right now we've got 10 customers that are waiting on help. And then none of them are unassigned, which is what happens if you don't put a project section on the ticket when you open it. We've got 7 of those 10 have not been contacted yet. We've got accounting has got 7 tickets, and keep in mind 2 of the tickets that we're talking about here are the ones that I just opened. But we got 7 of them that are in accounting, 7 in parts, 4 in serialized, and 6 in service, 4 in service. So what's happening with this is it's actually given us a list of all the different departments and the tickets that are open for each of those departments. Now, if we go down here and take a look, I'm going to scroll. This top department is actually the accounting department. And if we go down here, you can see here is the first ticket that I had opened. Here's the second. So the technical support people, as your tickets are coming in, they're working off of this control. And you can see the X here tells me that nobody has contacted this person yet. But it gives each of the people that are in technical support a narrowed view of what needs to be done with each of the customers and to be able to quickly go in and take care of them. Now, one of the things that happens on a regular basis, and this is something that customers continue to do that really overwhelms the technical support department, is opening multiple tickets about the same thing. So as an example, and this happens daily, the customer will open a ticket up, and then 10 minutes later or 30 minutes later, they'll open up another ticket to ask what the status is of the first ticket. And the problem with doing that is you have now tied up our product manager, our technical support manager, and possibly one or more reps reading this ticket to look to see what the problem is. And most of the time when this is done, the person that opens the second ticket doesn't refer to the first ticket number. They just say, hey, I opened a ticket up about this earlier, what's the status? And so now we not only have to deal with this ticket, but we have to go find the ticket that we're actually talking about so that we can merge them together. And then we have to go through the process of merging one ticket into another ticket. And so the point is that if you want help and you want quick technical support, opening multiple tickets on the same subject is not the way to go about getting that help, because you bog the entire technical support team down when you do that. So if you're trying to waste time, then I guess you can continue to do that, but it really isn't helping anybody. So let's go back real quick. And I'm going to flip back over here to the customer side, which is your side, and let's refer to how we would more properly ask for an update. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to select this. So this icon here will basically open up a quick view of what we had opened a ticket about. It's just a really quick way to look to see what's going on with that ticket. If I click on the ticket itself by selecting the magnifying glass here, it'll actually open up the ticket. And this is what we see inside of NYSEX when we're looking at this ticket. So if I flip back over here to the NYSEX view, and we're going to go down here and select that ticket, this is what we look at. Now, obviously, we've got a few more things here that we're dealing with. This is where we actually go in and merge tickets together. We can start and stop our time when we're working the ticket. We can assign it to ourselves. When the tech support rep starts to work on it, he'll actually assign it to himself before he actually starts doing the work. So there's a good number of things that we have that you don't have in your view of this ticket, but the primary things are here. And so the first note is the note. So if you want to check on an update on this ticket, the best way to go about doing it is to just add a note. And so it automatically defaults to customer input. We're just going to just put a note on here, any update. And so we're going to go ahead and we'll save this. And so that note, if we flip back over here to NYSEX, whoever is assigned, and right now there's nobody assigned to this ticket, but whoever is assigned to this ticket will actually get an alert to let them know that a customer has actually added a note to that particular ticket. So we're going to come back down here. We're going to open this ticket up. And so now we can come down here and click additional notes, and we can see all of the notes, and we can reply to these notes. So this ticket on our side is actually what we link everything to. If we're going to make a phone call to you, we actually come up here to the top to where we're viewing the customer, and we'll log the telephone call from here. So all of our call logs, all of our email logs, all of the notes, they're all linked to this one ticket, so that anybody wanting to research what's going on, we can actually come over here and do this. And so it gives us the ability to have a conversation back and forth via this ticket. Now, if I were to come down here and let's say I'm going to add a reply here, and we'll just choose me and we'll say, yes, here is your update. And so I'm going to go ahead and save this. And so now if we flip back over here to the Lizzy, or to the customer side, we'll notice that when this particular note comes up, or when this ticket comes up, we have all of the notes. And actually, I don't know which one I was actually adding the notes to. I may have actually... Okay, so it's this one. So here is your note and the update to that particular note. Now, whenever a note gets added, and let's go back over here. I may have actually found an issue here, but let's see. So I'm going to do a customer internal update, which is another way that we may ask you for more information. So I'm going to send that off to you, and now I'm going to flip back over here, and we're going to click on home. And so I did find a small problem that I want to have addressed right now. Whenever we reply to a note, or whenever we have added a note where we're asking for more input, that ticket will actually color code itself over here, so you know that there's actually something to look at. And so when you click on it to view it and you open up the notes, so now you can view the information here. If we go back over here to the home screen again, you notice it's not highlighted anymore. You have actually gone in and looked at it, so therefore the system assumes that you know what's going on there, and you've probably either replied or you at least read the information that was provided, and so we uncolor code it. Now, the problem that I found just a second ago is that when we reply to a note via hitting the reply button here, like I did earlier, it's not color coding it at the moment, but it will in about 15 minutes after I finish this video. So you can kind of see the conversation that's going on back and forth between technical support and you, or the employee in your company, and some of the things that you have that are going on here. Now, if you open a ticket up and you find that you already have the answer to the question, maybe you found a video, or another employee told you how to do it, or whatever, you also have the ability to actually select this ticket and come in here and tell Lizzy to remove the ticket. It's no longer an issue, so I want to go ahead and remove it. So removing from list, and we found the problem, whatever. If you want to put a note in there, you can. And so now if we go back over here to the home screen, we've only got one ticket left that's open. And if we go back over here to NYSEX and look at our side of this, I keep clicking the sales. If we go over here to this side, you can see that other ticket is gone now. So the system is actually keeping track of everything, and you have the ability to help us with some of these extra tickets that are out there that you already have the answer to, but they're still open because we've either sat on them or are waiting for a reply back from you. And so if you get the reply back to a question and it turns out that we've actually answered the question, then you can go ahead and tell it to remove that ticket at that particular point in time, and it'll get it off of your plate. Now, when you remove the ticket, you notice that all it did was it tagged it as completed. It did not actually remove it out of the system. It just removed it off of your open list. It got it off of our list so that we're no longer wasting time looking at it. But if you open it up, you can actually see all of the details, and you can see here is the note that we added when the customer actually, or you, went in and actually completed that ticket. So the ticketing system that is built into Lizzy is a very sophisticated system that allows us to carry on these conversations back and forth. It alerts both of us when notes are added to tickets, and so we can go in and reply to those notes that are added. It is very, very bad to have everybody opening multiple tickets for the same topic. It gets really, really complicated for us to try to keep up with everything when that's happening. And like I said, most customers are doing this. So you take 600 plus customers and have them all opening multiple tickets for the same problem, and you can kind of see very quickly how this can get out of hand. So it would, help everyone involved if we could get everybody to start adding notes to their tickets and not actually going in and opening a new ticket just to get a status update.